Welcome to the Daily Podcast. My name is Michelle Sinclair. I am a spiritual teacher and divine healer. I just got back from Sedona. It was absolutely transformative and amazing. If you have not been there, I invite you to go because there are energies there that I have not experienced anywhere else on earth. It was so transformative. We are going to be hosting many retreats coming up here in Sedona. So if that is something that you would be interested in going there and getting some beautiful spiritual retreat experience, then you can contact me. My website is always down below. So today we are talking about physical healing, and we're going to start by reading from the Christ letters. This is not all in one section. I'm taking many things from many different places here in the Christ letters. So if you have it, I'd like to tell you the page number, but I actually don't know what it is. So remember that these living plants and trees, unlike mankind, cannot complain about their lot in life and see themselves as hungry and naked, and so they cannot undo the work that the Father does within them. It's you with your continual complaining and talking about what you lack, your aggression towards each other, your insistence on retribution, your criticism and slandering, which makes your lack and sickness consistent day after day. I've told you all these things to prepare you who are sick for healing. You cannot be healed unless you believe with all your hearts that healing will take place. Remember that sickness of the body arises from an illness within the mind, such as your bad temper, resentments, angers, hatred. Father love is the source of all health, and therefore all thoughts and feelings contrary to Father love bring sickness. This is so important to know. Just as your evils and sickness begin in the mind, so does your good. Have as much care for your neighbor as you do for yourself. Bless your neighbor when you have an argument. Pray for him when he's harsh with you. Help him in any way that you can at all times, even if he turns his face from you, because then you are constructing good in your mind and thoughts, and good will be the harvest of your sowing. Not only this, you are bringing your mind into harmony and attunement with the Father within you, which is perfect love. Under these conditions, the Father can do its perfect love work in you. What's in your minds will create all of your experiences: your sickness, poverty, unhappiness, despair. If you remember that what you truly believe is what you get, can you not see that the Jewish tradition belief in the temple sacrifices of living things being sacrificed will bring you nothing but misery? Believe in a punishing God, and punishment is what you'll get. Believe in killing and destruction is the right way to reach God, and this is what you will experience: killing and destruction. If you are hungry and thirsty, it is because you are turning away from the Father within you. By indulging in your fearful thoughts, anxieties, and feelings of hopelessness, you are creating the very conditions that you want to rectify. You are doing all of these bad things to yourself. You judge your todays and expect of your tomorrows what you've experienced in the past, and therefore the ills of yesterday continually repeat in the future. You are enslaved by your memories and your undeviating belief that what was past must return again and again to burden and wound you. You do not need to heal your bodies or try to make your lives better. You need to heal your beliefs. There's nothing solid under the sun. If you could heal your beliefs, bringing your beliefs into line with the Father's true intentions for you, the wrong beliefs governing your bodies and lives would dissolve like mist in the sun. They will literally dissolve like mist in the sun. Your every circumstance would immediately come back to the divine intention behind all creation. You will find that for every difficulty, for every lack of every kind, there is always a means to end the difficulty. There is always a filling of your basket to meet your needs. Sickness is nothing more than a lowering of vitality, a reduction of life within the affected part. Restore Father life to the true intention and plan of your system, and the entire system functions as it should. It is only your minds that conceive good and evil. Only in your hearts do you think and feel it. These thoughts and feelings have nothing to do with the true God, which is the Father within you, bringing you every good thing if you would but believe that it is so. It's your belief in good and evil, and the good and evil in your hearts, which brings you sickness. Therefore, even more blessed are you when you hunger and thirst for goodness and for contact with the Father within you, because then you will surely be filled up 100 times over. Remember, living plants and trees, unlike mankind, cannot complain about their lot in life. They cannot see themselves as hungry and naked, and so they cannot undo the work that the Father does within them. If you were to examine your life, and you were to truly look, and you were to, perhaps there's some ache or pain that you have in your body, perhaps there is something that is lingering on, and you cannot put your finger on it, you don't know why it is happening. You can tune into that part of your body. Take away everything that is surrounding you. Tune into that part of your body, and you can ask it, what is it that I am believing that I need to stop believing? Often, with my clients, it will be some type of frustration, some type of anger, some type of downgraded thinking that has. Sometimes, however, it's not that. Sometimes it is a lack of faith in the divine love. Because if you would only believe in the divine love, and if you would believe in it more than you believe in the sickness or the illness that you have, you would be healed from it. When you understand the divine love, you will understand that it is perfect love, but this is so hard to understand. I get it, I know. Several years ago, when the enlightenment came to me and I understood and I knew and I was in perfect alignment with the Father love, many, many things came to me. I understood things on such a deep level that I could not unsee and not unknow them. However, it was not until the following day, or maybe later, no, it was the following day, that I went out into the forest and I went for a walk. And I felt this tree calling to me. Now keep in mind, I had never hugged a tree in my life. I'd thought about it, I'd read about it, but I'd never had the opportunity presented to me. However, up north, where my cabin is, way up in the middle of nowhere, and there's no people, it provided me the perfect opportunity. And so I saw this tree, and it had a few little marks on it, little cuts. Somebody had cut this tree, and this was the tree that was calling to me. So I went over to it, and it told me a few things. When I put my hands on it, first thing it said was, put your phone down. I was like, oh, okay, good point. Put my phone down. It's like, take your shoes off. Okay, took my shoes off. And I put my hands, my bare feet on the ground, my hands on this tree, and it said, it is safe for you to put your head on me. And I was like, okay, good thing you told me that, because otherwise I wouldn't have done it. You know, you don't want any tree sap and bugs on your head, which is kind of what I was thinking. And I put my head on it, and as soon as I did this, I felt unconditional love perfect pure acceptance. It actually makes me want to cry just thinking about it right now. I had never experienced anything like this before, because I'd only been dealing with humans, just like you've only been dealing with humans, right? And they're infallible, and they don't love you right. They don't know how, because they haven't been shown the way, and they don't understand. And so our view of love could come from our mother, it could come from our father, it could come from a partner or a relationship or children, whatever it is. But even that love is human, and it is not perfect. Let's say, oh, I love my child perfectly. You do. But do you judge them? When they are doing something wrong, do you say, ooh, this is wrong, and you pass a judgment? That is not perfect love. It is not perfect love. Now, this love that I felt flowing through me was coming from the divine love, and I understood and I saw how all things were connected, and how the trees and the plants and the earth are connected into this system, and therefore, of course, they do not complain about anything, because there is nothing to complain about. And as they are in this perfect flow of this divine love, it washed away any doubt that I could have had. And I knew without a doubt in my mind that anything and all things, all of it, everything is possible. And I get proof of it when I've worked with clients in the past, and they will come in, and they have some disease, or they can't walk, they've got some ailment, they have something like this, and I know when they come to me that it is because they are not in divine alignment. They are not in the flow of this perfect love. And if they are in that flow of that perfect love, they are going to choose that. They're going to choose it, because there is nothing that is higher than that. And so through the guidance, through the spiritual teachings that they gain while they are in session with me, they come to understand and see and know that it has been the mind that has introduced the ailment to them, and that it has nothing to do with the Father. And as they relieve their mind of this pain that they see, I began believing in this sickness, I began believing in it, and through believing in it, they began to feed it. They began to give it their energy. They began to give it their thought and their feelings and their words and their actions. And because they believed in the sickness more than they believed in the Father love, they are heir to that sickness and illness, and eventually it will lead to death. Cause of death? Not being in divine alignment. Now the love that is permeating every facet of your life, if you would only but see it and get in alignment with it, is literally everywhere, if you would but believe in it. But because you believe in good and evil, and because you put your faith in the good and the evil, you are witness to it and experience it in your life. Yes, we're humans living a human experience. We can't escape this. This is what we are. And we came here for learning. We came here to learn. We came here to evolve. We came here to resolve karma. Because through the laws of cause and effect, Jesus called it reaping and sowing. What we put out shall be returned to us. Now let's say that you caused someone some type of grievous harm, but that harm was not returned to you in that life. It then must, through the laws of the universe, be returned to you. Science calls this electromagnetism. The energy that goes out comes back. Now, some people believe when they die here on earth that that's it, that that's the end of it, and they either went to heaven or they either went to hell. This is not so. It goes on for eternity. And the heaven that we create is created through our free will. Our free will is our mind. What you choose to hold in your mind creates either hell for you here on earth or heaven. It either creates fear and lack and misery and despair and destruction, or it creates goodness. What you hold in your mind dictates every facet of your life. Ask yourself, where are you lacking in your life? What area of your life are you lacking in? Are you lacking in financial abundance? Are you lacking in relationships? Are you lacking in your career? Where is it that you can discover this lack within you? Are you lacking health within your body? And then I want you to examine the things that you have believed that have led to this. Often, beliefs that we hold within us, they come from our parents. They started a long, long time ago. And we don't even know that we are believing in them. They are part of our subconscious mind, the mind that we don't even know exists. But because it does exist, and it dictates every single facet of our life, things play out and we think, oh, I'm just unfortunate. Oh, all these bad things just happened to me. Look at me. I'm a victim of this person. I'm a victim of this environment. If you were to examine your mind and be very truthfully honest with yourself, you would see it is your belief in the lack. Or it has been you yourself that have done these things, and it has now been returned to you through cause and effect. But it is your belief that tomorrow is going to be just like yesterday and the day before and the day before. And what you believe the most, what you believe in, you will be witness to. And because you believe that tomorrow's going to be just the same as yesterday, it is. And it plays out again and again and again and again and again. If you would but believe in the divine love, and if you would connect it, and you have to do this in only one way, by shedding everything that it is not, by getting rid of absolutely everything that is not in divine loving alignment, then you would see. You would be witness to that love in every facet of your life, and then you would see, and then you would know, oh, the love is really all that's ever been here. And you would get proof of that. Let me tell you a story. This is a true story. There was these sisters, and they were in a concentration camp, Jewish concentration camp. Now these sisters, in their cabin, had snuck in, I don't know if they snuck it in, but somebody snuck it in, a Bible and a bottle of vitamins. And now these women, every night, there was many of them in there, crowded into these spaces, you might know this, but they were sleeping on hay. And this hay was awful, it was filled with lice. And so on top of being in there, they had to deal with these lice as well. Now every night these women would get together and quietly they would hold a Bible study together. And during that same time they would pass around the bottle of vitamins that they had, and each one would dump one out, and there would always be a vitamin, and they would take it. Now night after night and day after day, this continued on. The vitamins kept pouring out, and they had their Bible there with them. Now one night, at the end of Bible study, one of the women's led them in prayer. And she said, you know, God, I thank you for this, and I thank you for that, and I thank you for the lice. And now some of the women were pissed about this, and they attacked her as soon as she said this. How could you say that? Why would you be thankful for the lice? What a nightmare this is. It's terrible. We're itching and all these things. And they were not happy about it. And she said, well, the Bible said to be thankful for everything, and so I'm going to be thankful for everything. And she would not let them tell her, no, you can't be thankful for this, and she was thankful for it. So the weeks and months go on, and the vitamins keep pouring out. They still got their Bible. And the end of the war comes. And now they finally have an opportunity to ask one of the guards that was outside of their cabin why they had never come in and raided their cabin and taken their vitamins and taken their Bible. And I bet you know where this is going. She said, well, None of us were going to go in there. Yours was the only cabin with lice. What a beautiful blessing those lice were. Now, what is the lice in your life? What is the thing that you have been saying, oh, what a terrible thing that is? What have you been putting your faith in and saying, oh, what a terrible thing that is? Because what you are doing when you are saying that is you are putting your faith in it. You're putting your belief that this is a bad thing. And because you're putting your faith in the evil, you will be witness to the evil. Perhaps, if you changed that thing into the positive thing, you would see the blessing that was in it. I have two more stories, and they're very similar. I met a man yesterday, and he was telling me how his father would yell and scream at him from the second that he walked in the door until the second that he fell asleep. And so as a very young boy, he would go in his small closet and he would play music in there as loud as he could so that he didn't have to hear the yelling and screaming. Now, you could take something like this and you could make it into some evil thing. But he shared this story with me after I told him about the lice story yesterday. And I saw the very first thing that this man said when he walked into the building that I was in. He noticed these guitars on the wall and he said, oh, and he made a comment about these guitars. He knew what they were. He was very versed in music and plays all the time, all the time, all the time. Now, what a blessing it was that he could be in that closet with that music and learn to love it. Because now in his life, it is the thing that he loves the most. From the second that he gets home, he just starts playing that music. He just loves it. So we could take a situation like the closet and we could turn it into some bad and horrible thing, or we could see that there's a blessing in absolutely everything. Now, another story about a man in a closet. He realized this after he took a spiritual journey, and he came to realize, and he was very uplifted about this. He thought, wow, I just realized why I bought a house with such massive closets in it. And I'm going to tell you, he's got massive closets in his house. He said, because when I was a little kid, I spent so much time in there. So we can take these things that have happened to us as children or in our lives or 6 months ago or however long ago, and we could turn it into some bad and evil thing and think, what an unfortunate thing has happened to me. Or we could remember this story and we could be thankful for it right now. Whatever it is that you're going through, shift it, change it, be thankful for it right now. Because in doing that, the blessings that come from it will come to you sooner. And not only that, but the forces that you are putting out there, that you are permeating from yourself, the energy that you are putting out through electromagnetism, it's all returned back to you. When you put out the thankfulness, you don't need to know why. You don't need to know why. Just be thankful for it right now, because as you put out that air of thankfulness, you will get more things to be thankful for. And they will become then a blessing in your life instead of a burden. Now, when I was just in Sedona, I was there with a wonderful friend, and we are doing wonderful work, amazing work, and I hope that you can join us there someday. Hopefully very soon. And as we were sitting around in circle time one night, just me and her, and we set out these extra chairs, and we channel messages, and we were seeing how to create what it is that we're creating in the best possible way. Now, do you guys know that angel? It always used to freak me out. The angel, there's this picture of it with all the eyes. You could Google it, but it looks like this winged being, and it is just covered in eyes from head to toe, wings and all these eyes. And it always used to freak me out. I was like, that is so weird. I wonder what that is. And it appeared when we were in circle time, and I was like, dude, whoa, that angel with all the eyes are here. And I'm like, what is up with you? Like, tell me what this is about. And the angel showed me. Which eye do you need to look through to gain a new perspective? Which eye is it that you need to be shown? And I was shown that this is what angels do, is that they give you a different and new perspective about things. And so that angel with the eyes that used to freak me out, that I was like, what a weird thing, I then understood what it was all about. So you can be that angel to people. You can give someone a new perspective, and you can be that angel for them. If you know someone is suffering, if you ask the divine to give you the words that will help that person, and you believe it without any doubt, the divine will give you the perfect words to change that person's mind about how they're feeling. And rather than continuing for them to create hell in their life, putting out that frequency of hell, fear, lack, whatever it happens to be, that perspective can change and become heavenly. And you will not have only helped that person, but you will have helped every person that comes into contact with that person. Because not just you are emitting energy. Everyone is emitting this all the time, and people unconsciously pick up other people's energies without even knowing it. The people that you hang out with, the people that are in your environment, it's very, very important. Because unknowingly, you are absorbing and picking up other people's energies and their beliefs and the things that they think just by being in proximity. So when you help another, you are not only helping that one person, but the ripples are endless. It goes on for always. If this person's putting out the good, well, these people are receiving it. Well, those people are receiving it. They're going to be putting out the good too. It's going to become part of their energetic signature frequency. And it's going to change things in their environment, in their life, with the people that they hang out with, the person they hang out with the most. It'll give them a new and different perspective. They'll be looking through a different eye. So I'm going to say a prayer and a blessing over you here. Whatever it is that needs to come through, I'm feeling this is very important. Divine, you are only love. And I ask that everyone who is listening here today will come to understand that on a much deeper level right now in this second. And I ask for proof of that within minutes. Environmental proof, something someone says, something someone does. I ask that as you repeat after me, I am living in heaven and I get proof every day. I am living in heaven and I get daily proof of that. I am living in heaven and I get daily proof. I ask that whoever repeated that gets daily proof today within minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. None of this waiting around. We don't need to wait 1 second for anything to materialize or for proof to come to you. It is immediate when there is belief without any doubt that is there. And I ask that there is belief without any doubt that is present. Thank you, Divine. And as these blessings rain down on your life, daily, ask for proof that we are living in heaven. And as you begin seeing it, and as it is seen, these proofs, spread the word. Spread the word. Tell others. Tell everybody. I don't care if it seems weird, but we are creating an era of peace and love, and it is our every loving thought that is a transforming influence on this planet. And we cannot create that if everyone's not on board. So begin spreading the heaven throughout your life. And people will be drawn to this truth within you. You will be witness to the truth of the love that is permeating every single facet, every single molecule, every single atom, every single energetic molecule of this universe resonates at the frequency of perfect divine love, if you would but believe in it, removing any doubt, you will be witness to it. Ask for proof and believe in it, and you will receive it without any doubt. And I do not have any doubt that you will be witness to that proof today. I love you all so much. Thank you for sharing in these energies with me. Thank you for sharing this podcast with your friends and your family or people who you feel could need it or use it. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me here today. And I will see you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.